Very good afternoon, dear students. I hope I'm audible and the screen is also visible to you.
Yes, sir.
We will start our lecture in 5 minutes. We will wait for other students to join till then. Okay. Very good afternoon, dear students. I hope my voice is audible to all of you. I'm going to start the lecture. As per the request of the students, today we are going to start with the first unit of our subject of ACD. It is a revision class for mid-semester exams for all of you. Before we start the subject, we had done certain prerequisites for analog circuit design. Why we had done this thing? Because we wanted to know that in our past, for this particular subject, we have already completed certain transistor configurations with some specific small signal, large signal amplifier circuits. There were certain problems that we had faced, because of which we moved on to some higher integrated circuits. Students, I would like to know whether I'm audible or not.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You are
sir, you're
audible.
audible.
Okay, beta. Thank you. So we started with higher integrated circuits and higher advanced circuits for transistors. The problems that we were facing, or the problems that were being analyzed, were using hybrid parameters, that is AC models. So we analyzed it using H parameters as well as hybrid pi models. What are these models in basic that we are going to study today? We started with RC coupled CE amplifier. As you all know, there are three configurations: CC, CB, CE. The most common one is CE, which includes voltage divider circuit, emitter follower circuit, and input bias circuit. The most common one is voltage divider circuit, where we are having two resistors R1 and R2 divided equally at the input side. We are having three capacitors C1, C2, and CE. CE capacitor is commonly known as bypass capacitor. R1, R2, and RE resistors are known as biasing resistors. And the rest two capacitors are known as coupling capacitors. As we had discussed, there are two types of biasing: voltage divider biasing or self bias, that is known as input bias. The third one was emitter follower, that we are not going to do right now. We are concentrating specifically on voltage divider circuit. Here, the collector resistance controls the collector current. The features that we had analyzed in this circuit was voltage gain, current gain, input resistance, output resistance, phase difference between input and output, and it was overall a good amplifier circuit. We moved on to common collector amplifier, which is commonly known as emitter follower circuit, as we had discussed previously, where output was following the input. These were the input output voltage gain, current gain formulas. There was no phase reversal. The output impedance was very less, input impedance was high. Then we moved on to AC equivalent models for these configurations. Rule 1 for AC equivalent model was to replace all the DC sources by short circuiting it. Rule 2, replace all the capacitors by short circuiting it. Reactance of capacitor is very, very small at frequency operations. That is why we were trying to remove all the capacitors. The bypass capacitor was also short circuited, so RE was bypassed directly connected to the ground, and plus VCC was also connected to the ground, that is between RC between C and ground. Rule 5 was R1 is parallel to R2. Accordingly, based on this, the first step that we had done was this. If you remember correctly, we had done this thing. This part was the input first stage. From this, we have moved to this stage. As you can see, we have removed CE, C1 and C2 were removed, VCC was grounded, input was done like this, R1 and R2 was being solved in the next stage, that is this. See, R1 and R2, which were in parallel like this, transistor, RC, this thing was short circuited, so it was being removed in the circuit as well. And the final circuit that we got was this. Any doubts up till now?
No, sir.
Sure. Should I repeat any particular point?
No, sir.
Okay. So accordingly, we had moved further. In this further clarification, we used various models for AC analysis. The first model was a small signal RE model. Second was hybrid, which is known as H parameter model. And third was hybrid pi model. Now moving on with H parameter model, these were the two very basic equations about H parameters. That is, Vi is equal to H11 II plus H12 V0. I0 is equal to H21 II plus H22 V0. We know that Vi is input voltage, II is input current, VO is output voltage, and IO is output current. The four hybrid parameters are H11, H12, H21, and H22. These were the formulas that we calculated when we kept V0 is equal to 0 or input current is equal to 0. So for the first case where we considered input current is equal to 0, we calculated these two parameters. What is this? This is inverse voltage gain. What is this? This is output. Any idea what is this formula for? Students, I0 upon V0 is nothing but known as students. What is I0 upon V0 known as? Students, see, this is a lecture for your studies. So you need to share the answers. Please share What is I0 upon V0?
So conductance.
Absolutely wrong. Enrollment number 12. Enrollment number 12. I request you to unmute. Guys, હું તમને ફરી રિક્વેસ્ટ કરું છું, આ લેક્ચર તમારા રેક્ટિફિકેશન તમને યાદ કરાવવા માટે અને તમને શીખવાડવા માટે છે. મને નથી ફેર પડવાનું. પ્લીઝ અનમ્યુટ કરો. એનરોલમેન્ટ નંબર 12, લાસ્ટ કોલ. બેટા ધાર્મિક 57.
Yes, sir.
બેટા આપણે નોર્મલી ઓહ્મ્સ લો કરીએ છીએ. વોટ ઇઝ ઓહ્મ્સ લો બેટા?
I is equal to V by R. V is equal to I R.
V is equal to IR or I is equal to V by R. બરાબર ના? તો બેસિકલી R જે છે that is equal to V upon I.
Yes, sir.
R એટલે રેઝિસ્ટન્સ. રેઝિસ્ટન્સ નો ઊંધો શું થાય?
G.
હા, એટલે એડમિટન્સ.
Admittance.
Right? So
Yes, sir.
I0 upon V0 would be output admittance.
Output admittance.
બરાબર છે?
Yes, sir.
હવે ગેઇન એટલે શું? કોઈ પણ સિસ્ટમ નું ગેઇન એટલે શું?
Gain એટલે output upon input.
ઇનપુટ. બરાબર?
Yes, sir.
So output upon input ની વાત કરીએ, so output voltage upon input voltage કરીએ તો શું થાય?
શું, sir?
Out voltage upon input voltage કરીએ તો that becomes what?
Voltage gain.
VI.
Voltage. Now similarly output current upon input current કરીએ તો શું થાય?
Current gain.
Current gain.
Current. So H21 શું થઈ ગયો?
Current gain.
Current gain. Very good. H22 શું થઈ ગયો?
Admittance.
બેટા જો H22 છે ને વિદિશા, એમાં I0 upon V0 લખેલો છે. એટલે વિદિશા I0 એટલે આઉટપુટ સાઈડ છે, V0 પણ આઉટપુટ સાઈડ છે. તો H22 બની ગયો આઉટપુટ એડમિટન્સ. હેલો
Yes.
વિદિશા સંભળાય છે બેટા? હા. તો H22 છે આઉટપુટ એડમિટન્સ. H21 છે ફોરવર્ડ કરંટ ગેઇન. H12 બની ગયો રિવર્સ વોલ્ટેજ ગેઇન અને H11 બની ગયો. What is H11?
Input impedance.
ઇનપુટ ઇમ્પિડન્સ પણ કહી શકો, ઇનપુટ રેઝિસ્ટન્સ પણ કહી શકો. બરાબર છે? તો આ ફોર્મ્યુલા 4 થયા. હવે આપણે આ જે 4 ફોર્મ્યુલા થયા એને આપણે રિપ્રેઝન્ટેશન્સ કરીએ છીએ. મોશિન ધ્યાનથી સાંભળજે બેટા. H11 ઇનપુટ ઇમ્પિડન્સ કાં તો ઇનપુટ રેઝિસ્ટન્સ. બરાબર? ઇનપુટ સાઈડ છે એટલે આપણે લઈએ છે I. H તો બાય ડિફોલ્ટ જ છે I. બરાબર? હવે આ શોર્ટ સર્કિટ કેમ લખાયો? કેમ કે V0 is equal to 0 લીધું હતું. સો HI થયો. ઓકે?
Yes, sir.
હવે જો H12 II એટલે ઇનપુટ કરંટ લખ્યો 0. ઇનપુટ કરંટ 0 થયો તો આઉટપુટ થઈ ગયું ઓપન. તો ઓપન સર્કિટ રિવર્સ ટ્રાન્સફર વોલ્ટેજ. હવે રિવર્સમાં છે એટલે HR. ઓકે? સિમિલરલી આ H21 જો ફોરવર્ડ કરંટ છે એટલે HF અને લાસ્ટ વાળો આઉટપુટ એડમિટન્સ છે એટલે HO. સો HI, HR, HF અને HO. આ વસ્તુ ખ્યાલ આવી છે? ખ્યાલ આવી ગઈ બધાને?
Yes, sir.
Now આ વસ્તુ ધ્યાનથી એટલે જોવાની છે કેમ કે if we are talking about any particular kind of configuration, For example, if I talk about CE configuration, તો આ બધા જેટલા પણ સબસ્ક્રિપ્ટ છે એના સાથે પેલો કોમન કન્ફિગરેશન વાળો સબસ્ક્રિપ્ટ જોડાઈ જશે. That is, if I talk about CE configuration, this becomes HIE. This becomes HRE. This becomes HFE. This becomes HOE. Now, why it is so? Common configurations are specific configurations. These parameters are general parameters, general hybrid parameters that we have calculated for a general circuit. Now, હવે તમે કહેશો સર HI નું ફોર્મ્યુલા શું બનશે? H11 એટલે HIE for CE. Now, HIE is nothing but for CE configuration, the H parameter model. H11 શું છે? Input voltage divided by input current. Away, let us talk about CE configuration. In case of CE configuration, what is our input voltage?
VB dash E.
VBE is our input voltage. What is our input current?
IB.
So HIE becomes VBE divided by IB. Now, as you can see, here we have written V0 is equal to 0. That means what? Output voltage is equal to 0. So output voltage in case of CE configuration is VCE. Hence, we will write HIE is equal to VBE divided by IB for VCE equals to 0. How many of you are not able to understand this particular formula? Please unmute and answer me. Okay, I asked wrong question because no one is going to answer. How many of you are able to understand? Please unmute and reply.
Sir, understood.
Understood થયો છે 15 છોકરાઓમાંથી. બીજા કોઈને સમજણ પડી જ નહીં? બીજા કોઈને સમજણ નહીં પડી? પ્રાચી, is it clear? She left. Very good. Dharmik, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Vidisha beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anubhav?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Very good. 22? 22? 22? 22?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it clear? Should I repeat? Twenty-two. 23. 22. Your answer is not getting here.
Yes.
बेटा क्लियर થયો कि रिपीट करूं?
Yes, sir.
तो क्लियर થયો कि रिपीट करूं 23?
Done, sir.
ओके, तो મને HFE ની વેલ્યુ બોલો ને 23. Please unmute.
IC upon IB.
When which particular component is equal to 0?
V0. V output alone. VCE.
VCE is equal to 0. Okay. Thank you. Enrollment number 14. Enrollment number 14. Enrollment number 14. Enrollment number 14.
Yes, sir.
What is the formula of HOE?
Sorry.
HOE formula. फॉर्मूला ऑफ HOE अभी डिस्कस किया ना क्लास में, बताओ ना क्या फॉर्मूला बोला था मैंने?
So I0 by V.
I0 क्या है? CE की बात चल रही है ना. In CE what is I0? फोर्टीन नंबर. मोबाइल कहीं पर और है, दिमाग कहीं पर और लग रहा है आपका. समस्या का रिजल्ट ही बताएगा ऐसा लगता है. फाइन. So as we have discussed, these are the 4 parameters, and for CE configuration we have drawn the AC equivalent model something like this, where this is our input resistance, this becomes our H12, that is nothing but our H12 is nothing but reverse voltage gain along with output. So this becomes our input voltage. This becomes our input voltage. Similarly, this thing becomes our output current, and this thing becomes our output admittance, which is in parallel. So this is how we represent the circuit. Once we represent this circuit, then we go for all the 3 configurations, and we can write like this. As I have told, whether it is common base, common emitter or common collector, these first subscripts would remain the same. Only the last subscript would change accordingly. For CE configuration, as per our discussion, these are the 4 formulas that we had discussed. This is about VBE, RC, E, V, and C. This is about VCE. So based on these 4 formulas, let us now proceed for this particular configuration. These are its values, and hence we have written this particular thing, that is HIE, HRE, HFE, HOE. Now, HRE and HOE are 2 kinds of things that are very, very small, because HRE and HOE are nothing but reverse voltage gain and output admittance. Reverse voltage gain is very high, but reverse voltage gain would be very, very small. Similarly, output admittance. So we can neglect this thing, and hence the equivalent model would be something like this. Then we moved on to hybrid pi model, where we tried to understand what is transconductance and what is R for pi model, where we calculated these 4 formulas in the past, and based on these 4 formulas, we proceeded for early voltage. So here came the concept of early effect. Early effect is nothing but variation in effective width of base in BJT due to variation in applied VBC. Greater reverse bias across CB junction increases CB depletion width, and hence decreases the width of charge carrier portion of base. As a result of which, now we moved on with our new first chapter of analog circuit design. This chapter included few things, that is, first of all, what is the effect on transistor at higher frequency? We started with Giacoletta model, that is known as hybrid pi model for CE transistor. where we were having base spreading resistances. In this chapter, we started with basic definition that at low frequencies, transistor responds instantaneously to the changes of input voltage as well as input current. So the shunt capacitances and its importance were being neglected. But for transistor analysis, even H parameter is suitable, which is working at low frequency. But what about the transistor at higher frequencies? At higher frequencies, these models do not work properly because of the parametric variation. These parametric variations are being created or being generated because of the internal capacitances available. Moreover, H parameters are not the constant terms or constant values at higher frequencies. To analyze transistor and each at every frequency, it is not possible that H parameter is a validation point. So to analyze the transistor at higher frequencies, hybrid pi model is used. In case of hybrid pi model, there we have created an internal node as you can see in figure number 2, that is known as B dash, which is physically not accessible. It is only a virtual component, and this virtual component is created due to the early effect voltage across CE junction, that is the base width modulation. So, a change in the effective base width causes the emitter current to change. This feedback effect between, as you can see, output and input is taken into account by the connection of R B dash C between B dash and C, this resistance. Similarly, when PN junction diode is forward biased, a capacitive effect is being entertained, which is known as diffusion capacitance. And this capacitive effect of forward bias BE junction is referred as CB-E or commonly known as CE. This thing, as you can see in figure number 3. So, based on these parameters, then we proceeded further for the capacitive effect due to the PN junction in reverse bias, which is known as transition capacitance. And this capacitive effect of reverse bias PN junction was referred as CB-C or commonly known as, you can see, EC. Then we moved on to spreading resistance, which was known as RBB dash. This spreading resistance was between external base terminal and internal node B dash, which was created because of the early effect. So the resistance connected between the base emitter and collector junction in series, a virtual base B dash, for the junction capacitance to be connected instead of B is known as R B dash E. This resistance. Based on this, we also tried to find out what is RCE, that is due to the output resistance due to the early effect, and finally we came to transconductance, which is known as GM. This transconductance is being calculated at constant VCE. Now, from Diaculeta model, we moved on to hybrid pi conductances. This hybrid pi conductance unit came into picture because of this ICO. This ICO is approximately considered to be constant. Based on this, we calculated the transconductance GM for VCE to be constant, and for PNP transistor, this would become minus, and this, from this we calculate GM is equal to alpha upon RE. This alpha upon Re is nothing but the emitter diode in forward bias, and Re is nothing but Vt upon Ie. What is Vt? Vt we have already done, that is Boltzmann constant. We have done various numericals based on Boltzmann constant as well as to calculate the various parameters for input resistance, output resistance, due to negative feedback, due to positive feedback, etc. That I am not going to repeat again because that we have already studied in unit number 3. Now, for NPN transistor as well as for PNP transistor, IC is being observed, which is nothing but positive as well as negative. In the present case, VE is equal to PB dash E, and based on that, we calculated at room temperature what is our transconductance value. Next, we moved on to input conductance, which is known as GB dash E. This input conductance is nothing but hybrid pi model for CE low frequency, and the below one is H parameter model for CE low frequency. So here we can have a comparative study of both the models for lower frequency. As you can see in both the figures, there is no capacitance available because of low frequency analysis. Moreover, dear students, I'm sorry because there was a phone call by Samir sir. I would like to ask that is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just wait a minute. If it is visible, then please let me know. Huh? ના visible था तो please મને કહેજો. મારા કદાચ spotlight માંથી નીકળી ગઈ છે. Just wait a minute. Fine. So now we calculated the input conductance, that is GB dash E, based on the formulas of KCL that we have applied for figure number 5B. Now KCL, once we apply, we follow certain formulas, that is IC is equal to HFEIB plus HOEVCE. Now output is short circuited, so the current gain HFE is equal to IC upon IB. So in figure number A, we know that the input IB flows into RB dash E. As you can see, the input IB is flowing, this input current, base current is flowing to RB dash E. Hence, we can say that VB dash E is approximately equal to IB current multiplied by RB dash E resistance. Okay, but RB dash C is very, very large. So IC is equal to GM into VB dash E. આ જે GM ની IC ની વેલ્યુ આવી એ આપણે ઇક્વેશન નંબર 1 માં પુટ કરી શકાય અને કા તો VB dash E ની જે વેલ્યુ છે એ આપણે નીચે જોઈ શકીએ. How what we are doing? We are doing this thing. Please see. We calculated VB dash E, we calculated IC. So VB dash E formula we have put over here. Hence IC becomes this particular formula. From this IC as well as from IB, we are going to calculate the current gain. Current gain is IC upon IB. So the current gain becomes this, and this current gain is nothing but HFE. So this becomes the formula for HFE. And from this HFE, we tried to calculate RB dash E. RB dash E is nothing but HFE divided by GM. What is GM? GM we have already calculated. Now comes the new thing, that is reverse of RB dash E. So reverse of RB dash E becomes GB dash E. Similarly, on the other hand side, that is equation number 6 would be reversed. Hence it becomes GM upon HFE. So we know that GM is nothing but IC upon VT that we have come across while calculating the Boltzmann constant and other things. So we know the formula of GM. HFE we have just now calculated. So we'll put these values. Once we put the values, what we get? We get RB dash E is equal to HFE VT divided by IC. So GB dash E, that is reverse of it, would be IC upon VT HFE. So by these formulas, we conclude what? We conclude that RB dash E is directly proportional to temperature. It is inversely proportional to the collector current. Now, based on the input conductance, now we are going to calculate the feedback conductance. I hope you are able to understand feedback conductance. So this feedback conductance is nothing but GB dash C. So to calculate GB dash C, we had done this thing. We have calculated I1. From I1, we tried to calculate VB dash E. Once we calculated VB dash E, considering IB is equal to 0, we tried to calculate HRE model. So HRE becomes this. HRE becomes RB dash E divided by RB dash C plus RB dash E. From this, we calculated GB dash C as well as the other formulas. Mohsin, હવે મને કે સ્પેસિફિકલી તારે કયા પર્ટિક્યુલર ફોર્મ્યુલા કાં તો કઈ પર્ટિક્યુલર ડેરિવેશન જોઈએ છે?
So short circuit for RL, current gain for RL.
તારો બહુ નોઈઝ આવે છે, શું કહેવા માંગે છે પ્લીઝ?
So short circuit current gain including RL.
Short circuit current gain using RL.
Yes, sir.
ઓકે, કરું. બીજા કોઈ છોકરાને બીજા કોઈ ટોપિકમાં પ્રોબ્લેમ છે? Any student having any other doubts in any other particular thing? Any student? મોશીન સ્ક્રીન દેખાય છે?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Mohsin, are you talking about this particular topic?
Not, no, sir, not this.
Okay. Mohsin, this topic.
Yes, sir.
So it is all about Miller's theorem first. What is Miller's theorem?
So I don't have any idea.
चलो, figure number 10A માં I1 is equal to V1 minus V2 upon Z dash છે, બરાબર? Figure number 10A માં I1 is equal to 2. So V1 common લઈ લીધું, 1 minus K કર્યો. V1 is equal to Z dash divided by 1 minus K. So V1 upon Z1 કર્યો. એવું consider કરીને કે Z1 જે છે 10B is equivalent model or its duality of the Millers. So Z1 becomes Z dash divided by 1 upon. So like this way, we are trying to neutralize certain. So while neutralizing these things, we came across these formulas of Z1 and Z2. And from figure number 7 that we have studied previously, we came across 11A and 11B. That is, from figure number 7A and 7B, we have tried to remove Z dash, that is Z1 and Z2 in this particular format of 1 minus 2. That is using Miller's theorem. So using Miller's theorem, figure 11a and 11b which are modified, here k is nothing but VCE upon VB dash. VCE upon VB dash. Now this k is nothing but our voltage k. Normally k is always greater than very higher than 1. So GB dash C multiplied by this will always be equal to k GB dash, because this is approximately less than equal to DC. Therefore, these are the comparative studies of these two formulas, where maximum value of RL is 2 kilo ohm as compared to this 1 upon RL is nothing but GCE can always be neglected. From figure number 11b, we conclude that K is equal to minus GM into RL. For different values, we have assumed these things and we have calculated this particular stuff. From this particular thing, we calculated RL into CC. So as compared to the input, output time constant is not so important if and only if the transistor is operating in highly capacitive load. Then and only then the coupling capacitor comes into picture and the output time constant will dominate. That we have studied in this particular formula. That is, this is our input, this is our output, this was the value that we have got. So as compared to input, output time constant is not so important. And the transistor is operating at highly capacitive load, and this is only the reason that CC comes into picture. Otherwise, only the time constant will dominate. That we had done. Mosh. Any particular topic else?
No, sir.
Any other student, any other topic that you want I should repeat? Okay. Since you are not responding, I understand that I assume that all of you are able to understand each and every damn thing. Would you require any lecture on Saturday, that is tomorrow at 11:30? Yes or no? Please respond. Do you require
No,
any?
sir.
You do not require lecture. So guys, best of luck. We will directly meet at 10:30. Please wait. I'm taking your attendance. So guys, we will be directly meeting on 10:30. All of you are requested to join the meeting in time so that you are able to, set yourself. Try to keep an environment which is noise free. Try to avoid any kind of insecurities which is not entertained in the examination. As I have previously also told, the examination may be quite tough for you because you have got a gap, but you should understand the sincerity of the exam, attend it properly. Maximum all the questions would be of uploading basis. No MCQ would be there. Prepare very well. In case of any doubt, any queries, please feel free to ask me. You need to keep your cameras on during the examination. If I'm finding out that anyone who has not kept his or her camera on, I would be strictly removing him or her out, and it would be considered as UFM case. If I found your camera is not on or your mic is not working, I am not responsible. I will just throw him or her out of the class. Moreover, if I found that your answers are being copied, then also you are not going to get any kind of marks for that question or for the whole paper. This time it is strictly being followed for my subject at least. So guys, best of luck. Prepare very well. Do not worry. Do not hesitate. Paper is going to getting simplified and easier if you are going to study. Whatever I have taught in class, that is only as in the book. Simply as it is. Fine. In case of any doubt, please feel free to call me or ask. Okay, beta. Bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you,
Enjoy.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.